Hey, it's Dorleen, and today I'm working on a layout using the Scrapbook Generation 6x6 paper pads class that I purchased from them. Basically, the idea is to use, in this particular one, is use just two 6x6 pieces of pattern paper for your entire 2-page spread. So what I did is those two papers that I'm using are from Close to My Heart. I used to be a consultant, and you would give you 6x6 sheets of all of the papers during that time, and just for a sample that you can use. I do point out at one point that in the corner of each of these 6x6 pages there's a little hole. You could see it a little bit there, so I will cover those up later, but I just want to let you know that they weren't there on purpose, but they were there for a practical reason. So basically I'm just adhering the paper down. I did follow a sketch that was also part of this class. I'm not showing the sketch because it is a paid, you need to pay for this class. I think it was like $5, which was nothing. Please go to scrapbookgeneration.com and you can see what they offer there. Allison Davis is the one who does this particular class with the sketches, and she does an amazing job. They give you lots of information about using 6x6 papers, and also layout sketches and ideas. So I'm doing a month in review for the month of April, and this was the month that we were told by my son and my daughter-in-law that they were expecting. So we have some interesting pictures of shot glasses and excitement, but I don't need to get into all that. So basically I'm just laying down the pictures. I'm really pretty much following the entire sketch that Allison Davis had for this particular layout, but I do of course change things up when it comes to embellishments and where I'm putting my title and things like that. So see, I'm putting out the holes there. So now I'm thinking, how am I going to cover those up? So I have this book. I don't know if you guys remember, there used to be a thing called a smash book back in the day. I lined them with wax paper, and I put in there stickers that I have that have, when you're halfway done with the sticker sheet and you're not really sure what to do with the rest, I put them in here. I got this idea from RTS, who is a YouTuber. Well, actually now she's on Patreon, but she still does have YouTube videos. And I'm telling you, this is really helpful. So I do mine by color. And I'm just picking off some stuff that I see, mostly in the blue category. And a lot of these things, they're florals and little word stickers. But I also go with a lot of green because that floral paper has some green. I really would have liked to have used a little bit more of that kind of peachy reddish color, but I didn't really have a lot of stickers with that color. But I'm just flipping through the book and just grabbing stuff that I think will work. And I actually do use everything that I peeled off, but if I didn't use it, I can always put it back onto those same wax paper sheets. And I'm just kind of fiddling around, putting them here and there. I will notice that you'll see me kind of moving, I put it here and then I think, I don't like it, and I kind of move it around. But it is kind of fun to decide where you're putting things as you're looking at it, because sometimes you have an idea in your mind, but you're just not really sure how it's going to work or where it's going to look best at. I decided to cut that circle in half because I thought it would be kind of fun putting it in places where it looks like it's either tucked underneath a picture or on the side of a paper, which you'll see me do there. What I did do later, and you'll see me shuffling through, that at one point I pulled more blue, where the blue is a kind of dominant color on those embellishments or those stickers. And then I realized later, as I was pulling some more that were a little bit more green dominant, so I removed some of the blue and put them on one side and kind of mixed it up so it didn't look like it was all green on one side and red on, not red, blue on the other. But so you can see there, I'm thinking, I do need more little pretties, I like to call them. And so you see there where I'm peeling off more greens. I can't just put them all on the left side because then it does look like I have green embellishments on one side and blue on the other. I really wanted it more of a mixture. But this was a fun layout to put together. Like I said, I've been doing these month in review layouts because sometimes something happens during the month, but you might not necessarily normally take a picture of it or even do an entire scrapbook layout. but it's still worth remembering. So I've been doing that a lot. I try to do that at least, every month, because, again, it's something you want to remember, and it's still kind of fun to take that one picture. For the title, I pulled out my old Stampin' Up! Letter stamps, and I'm just, putting it on a kind of like a vanilla cardstock base and stamping them with a brown ink. I chose brown instead of black because that floral image, because of the color scheme, I felt like brown was a better choice with it, and black would have been too stark, I think, in my own personal opinion. But anyhow, just, you could see me putting it together. I was going to use the title just like that. I know it's not straight, but if you know me, I normally don't do things straight, so that's not something I worry about. But I didn't like the entire backing of the vanilla cardstock, so that's why I decided to fussy cut them out. I'm not going to show that I do that for every letter, but you get the idea that I just use my scissors and cut around them. And then I arranged them in that one little area that I thought looked best. One thing you'll notice is I am pointing out that I was going to stamp out month in review there, but after giving it some thought, I decided to just handwrite it using one of those stickers. And I'm still kind of messing around with the stickers because I know I need to cover up those holes, and also put month in review somewhere so that people know that that's what the spread is all about. Please go to my blog, which is www.craftsinthecomandcenter.blogspot.com, and I will have a little bit more details, photos, maybe a little bit more information as far as the photos, what products I used, and how I did certain things. That's usually where I put the details, the little box underneath the YouTube comments or description area. Because I do this on my phone, it just takes me forever to type it. It's just easier for me to do it on my blog. But I do appreciate you looking at the video and watching this in action. And you can still see here, like I mentioned, you can see that I am pulling some of those blues. You know how I switched the circles so that big blue is on that side. But I really like the way this looks. I think it's simple enough to be simple, but the embellishments are giving it what it needs without looking like somebody threw up stickers. I know that's a saying that my daughter and I use a lot, where just sometimes it looks like people just throwing down stickers and there's no visual, like a pleasing way to look at it. But I really did try to put those in spots that I thought they looked nice. I was started fussy cutting this label out, and as I was looking at those circles at the end, I realized for what it was going to take me to probably cut through those circles, I didn't really need them, so I just cut straight through it. So I adjusted that sticker a little bit, and again, it's just another little thing. I had it pulled out, so I figured I may as well use it, and I ended up writing the word family in it because every picture on these layouts, or this layout, was family based. Even my friend Sharon, whose birthday we celebrated, she's technically not family, but I've known her the longest I've known anybody in my entire life besides family member, so she really is family. This little piece of pattern paper also goes with that same pattern paper set. I had originally thought I was going to cut squares and kind of put them here and there, but then I really was trying to focus on just using the two pattern papers, which is what the class talks about, or at least in this particular spread, because there's one that you use just one pattern paper, another one for two, and then another one with three, and then one for 4. But I knew that it needed something over there, so that's why I added those little banner tabs up there. I was going to do it on the other side, but I thought it kind of defeated the purpose of trying to put a little bit heavier weight on that one side. But I hope you like this. If you do, please give me a thumbs up. If you don't already, please subscribe, and I hope to see you soon.